What's up YouTube, this is GalacticGod, and I'm coming at you today with my final video in my series of top 5s that focus on the different eras of Yu-Gi-Oh! Of course, I've already done videos for the original era of Yu-Gi-Oh! As well as Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. If you're interested in watching any of these previous top 5s, I'm going to have links to them all down in the description below. I'm not going to do one for Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V or Arc 5, however you want to say it, because the series is still ongoing. So, without any further ado, I'm going to get into my top 5 favorite cards from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal era. So coming in at the number 5 spot is a card that I think might actually surprise a lot of people, and that is number 39, Utopia. Of course, this is an iconic monster that Yuma uses in the Zexal series, but more than that, I really think that Utopia helped change the way a lot of people perceive Xyz monsters and ultimately duel in the game. For a long time, it was the rank 4 monster that held the most merit. Most of the other early Xyz monsters that were rank 4 were very unusable or unpractical to summon in an actual duel. In an era where attacking to destroy an opponent's monster was definitely a key component to the game, Utopia's effect to be able to negate attacks was very useful. Plus, with a massive 2,500 attack points, Utopia was definitely one of the strongest monsters that you could summon with 2 level 4s. All in all, I've always thought Utopia was a great card, and even though he's been power creeped out over the years, he's still one of my favorite monsters from this era. Coming in at the number 4 spot is one of everybody's favorite little spellcasters. Of course, I'm talking about the High Priestess of Prophecy. Now, spellcasters have always been one of my favorite monster types. Unfortunately, over the years, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has not really been too kind to them. Though they did get archetypes like Gravekeepers and whatnot, they've never really had an archetype that made too big of an impact upon the game. That was, of course, until the spellbooks and Prophecy were released. One of the key cards to this archetype, of course, was the High Priestess of Prophecy. The fact that you can special summon multiple copies of her from your hand, plus the destruction effect that she held, definitely made her a force to be reckoned with. Plus, take a look at the card. She's just so damn sexy. Combine all those facts and you definitely have a card that can make the list of any top 5. Coming into the number 3 spot is one of the first rank 5 monsters. I'm talking about Tyrant, Keeper of Genesis. Anytime you have a monster that can be immune to destruction effects, it's always a plus in my book. But add in the fact that Tyrant can destroy any other card on the field if it successfully performs an attack, and you've got one hell of an Xyz monster. As a lot of people who've been watching my channel for a long time know, I love rank 5 kind of spammy decks. And one of the go-to monsters for this type of deck is of course Tyrant. Even to this day, ability to be immune to different destruction effects definitely makes a powerful threat to contend with. Coming in at the number 2 spot is a massive beast known as the Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Now, although this card is not so easy to summon, but once it hits the field, its effect can definitely be felt. Negating the effects of all other face-up cards on the field is definitely very handy. Being able to get rid of your opponent's Xyz materials, as well as getting multiple attacks from this mighty beast is powerful. Not to mention the 4,500 attack points that it has. And although it is not seen quite so much in actual duels, being able to summon it usually guarantees you a win, and the number 2 spot on this list. So finally, coming in at number 1 is my favorite Xyz monster. I'm talking about number 16, Shockmaster. This card was extremely hard to come by when it was first released, as it was a Shonen Jump subscription promo. Not to mention the fact that it was meta-defining, therefore making it a card that every competitive player needed to have in their deck, rose the price of Shockmaster on the secondary market to extreme heights. And although usable in archetypes like Wind-Ups, Shockmaster really made any kind of rank 4 spam deck playable and able to compete with any of the other top tier decks. And although he is still currently banned over here in the TCG, I definitely still think it's a great card and look forward to his return to the game. Alright YouTube, and there you have it. Those were my picks for the top 5 cards from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal era. Of course, they may differ from the ones that you would choose, so I encourage you to let me know what your top 5 cards are down in the comment section below. And I guess that's it for now. This is GalacticGod.